Good evening.
Hello.
I brought Howard along with me in case
All right.
there are any technical questions.
I thought we might get Elliot down here to explain
No,
this.
he's not, he's on vacation.
Okay. Well, welcome, Howard. I think our questions or my question, anyway, let's do this. RL 24-190, an ordinance to amend the 2024 BJCJ budget to increase two plant water pump repair lines for water and pump repair. I think we got some pretty scary pictures in that packet. Would you like to explain what happened and why this unexpected thing has come up? Yeah, go ahead, Howard.
I wish I had better answers. We had scheduled maintenance in July. We had a bearing on one of our pumps that was starting to leak, so we had scheduled maintenance. Scheduled with Seaward Equipment Company. They installed the pumps for us. Several weeks later, we lost pressure across the north pump, meaning it was no longer pumping. We require two of the pumps to maintain the pressure that we require. At that point, we decided maybe the best thing to do was to pull all the pumps and see what was going on. Very shortly, we lost pressure on the south pump, which made it absolutely necessary to pull all the pumps. Scott Groats from Vestal recommended someone outside of the installer, W2O, who does work for Vestal Water and Binghamton Water. They were able to come meet Abby Crane, pull the pumps, have them sent to W2O in Cortland. They pulled the first two and evaluated them. Everywhere there was dissimilar metals, the shafting was gone. Once the third pump finally got out, there was structural issues getting the third pump out. Once the third pump finally came out, it was all but guaranteed that it was stray voltage.
Galvanic.
So it's like
Galvanic corrosion. Sorry, I'm a mechanical engineer. I would just call it stray voltage. It's galvanic corrosion. So everywhere there was dissimilar metals, the shaft was largely gone. This would be the cost to re-bowl, which would be all of the shafting and everything from the motor down, essentially minus the gearbox. For all three pumps, it was evaluated. I don't know if it was included, the cost of new pumps is substantially more, and that cost didn't even include the motors, which our motors are good. The problem being the grounding. So moving forward.
So what's the answer to this? So this doesn't have.
So moving
or what is
forward.
the original problem? I mean, this is a foreseeable.
Elliot explained it. He used a boat propeller, and boats put a metal, right?
Anode.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, to prevent the propeller from deteriorating. It's the same situation, except we didn't have the metal to prevent the deterioration. So our electricians have put grounding in in where the pumps are going to be, so that once we put these three pumps back in, this will not happen. And we'll also be checking it every year to make sure that everything's functioning properly.
When were these pumps designed and put in?
5 years ago.
And this was, I mean, this goes back to was this not foreseen engineering wise?
We can't speak to that.
I don't speak to especially electrical issues. This was our scheduled planned maintenance. So every 5 years.
These are not expected that they would be so corroded.
No,
I was hoping to replace a bearing and put it right back in.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounds to me like it was not done properly during the construction.
So like Billy was saying, there's ground rods throughout the plant. We have ran bare copper wire to that room to put in place a bus bar where we can do proper grounding. We'll also grind down from the gearbox down to the shafting through the epoxy coatings into the base metal with braided steel grounding straps and belt and suspenders. We should not have this problem moving forward.
Okay.
Mhm.
So can you tell us when you guys are gonna catch a break down there? Seems like there's a crisis every other week. no?
Shortly, I hope.
Shortly before never. It's ongoing.
Any
Any
other
further
questions?
questions?
No, I'd like to motion to expedite this to the business meeting on Wednesday, please.
I'll second the
Yeah.
motion.
Okay. Clerk can call a roll. We had motion by Councilman Kavanaugh for expedition, seconded by Councilman Dundon. Did I get that right? Yeah.
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember
Aye.
Middleton, Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next we have RL 24-194. Welcome down Ron Lake, and I hand things over to Councilman Dundon, Chair of Public Works and Parks.
This is RL 24-194. It's an ordinance to amend the 2024 engineering budget for parking consulting and engineering services. Ron, when you get yourself situated, you want to give us a little rundown, please?
Sure. And good evening, and it's a usual thing, I guess, for me to be here. This has to do with the Water Street Garage. And in the original design, there's a long walkway that goes from the third story down to the second story into Boscov's second story door. When we were looking at it with the GC, they came up with a way that would save us probably $75,000 to $100,000 by building it a little bit differently. So in order to do that, we had to have the structural engineers review for lift. They were afraid that since we are removing a lot of weight, that it might not be stable enough to stay there during good windstorms. So that money, that $3,800, was to reevaluate and make sure we were structurally safe by removing that.
Yeah, you got to make sure your deflection and everything's good.
But it saved us a bunch of money by having them do those calcs.
I don't have any other questions.
Motion to expedite. RL
I'll second.
24-194.
Motion by Councilman Kavanaugh, seconded by Councilwoman Middleton. Any discussion on the expedition? Okay, clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
Okay, so RL 24-194 will be expedited to Wednesday's business meeting. All right. Thank you. Is there anything else? Oh, next one.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have RL 24-195, again with Chief Engineer Ron Lake, and handing things back to Councilman Dundon, Chair of Public Works and Parks.
This is RL 24-195. It's a resolution to enter into an agreement with MRB Group for combined sewer overflow, post-construction compliance monitoring. Go ahead, Ron.
Okay, this one's a little more complicated in that the MRB person that we want to continue on this job was originally with GHD. And he's the engineer who set up the post-construction monitoring compliance program. He's the one who was doing the mercury sampling and writing the reports. So, in talking with Johnson City, because we kind of do this together, we feel that we need him to at least continue with the mercury monitoring and also to review the report from GHD before it goes to DEC, so that we don't get stuck with a lot of things that we don't need to do in the end. So I would just like to keep him involved since he was the brains behind this to start with. We'll still have GHD doing the monitoring and testing that they were doing. I just added John into the mix to make it go all the way through.
Okay, so the guy from GAC is moving to MRB and we want to keep him to keep DEC happy. All right.
Yeah, I remember when we went through the process of this for council that, I mean, John was really highly regarded and stuff. So when I saw his name, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer, Ron.
Thank you.
Motion to expedite.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilman Costi, seconded by Councilman Dundon. Any discussion on the expedition? Says the work sampling will be taking place in October of 2024, which is now. Is there any further info on that?
Say that again, please.
I said the explanation for why expedition is necessary. It says sampling will be taking place in October
Yeah,
2024.
yes, it'll be ongoing here in another week or two.
All right. Thank you. Clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton, Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
I thank you.
RL 24-195 will be expedited to Wednesday's business meeting. All right, next we welcome down Director of Economic Development, Sarah Close, and I hand things back to Councilman Dunn for RL 24-196.
This is RL 24-196. It's a resolution authorizing the mayor to accept a $2,500 grant from Broome County for the purchase and installation of an interpretive signage along 434 Greenway near MacArthur Park and the newly donated tower viewer.
Thank you. So this is a resolution to authorize us to accept a grant from Broome County. This is from their Community Beautification and Environmental Stewardship Grant Program. So it's I can get closer to this if you need me to. It's a $2,500 grant that's leveraging some other grant funding that has been brought down before you guys already. The main consideration for this funding specifically is in the interpretive signage. So we're working with Cornell Cooperative Extension to develop 2 large signs and up to 12 small signs, depending on how the quotes come back in, that will highlight the eagles that are on the river, as well as a number of other species. There's also an educational component of pollution and how our interaction with the environment needs to be taken care of very seriously. Those are still in development. I know Cam brought drafts when they were here for the tower viewer. I haven't gotten the finals from him, but he is working on those right now. So happy to take any questions about how this came about or what we can expect from this grant.
No.
I guess,
I did request expedition just so we could start the process of procuring the signs.
There's no questions from council. I'll make the motion for expediting.
I'll second.
all right, well, motion by Councilman Dundon, seconded by Councilman Middleton. Any discussion on the motion for expedition? Okay.
Had us as a question, right?
Well, yeah, I was gonna make sure that we get an invite when they're actually put the signage in. Just wanted to connect and ask you for council to be invited.
Yeah, we don't know exactly when that'll happen yet, but
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton, Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon, Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
Great. The RL will be on Wednesday's business meeting. Thank you so much. Next, we welcome Sophie Bergman, Corporation Counsel, for RL 24-197, and I hand things to Councilman Kavanaugh, Chair of Finance.
Okay, this is RL 24-197, a local law establishing an occupancy tax in the city of Binghamton. I think we have to pass this as the final step in the ping pong between us and the state legislature in creating a local law and establishing this tax. Am I correct?
You are. Yeah, back in May, council voted to send a resolution to Albany asking them to put basically amend the tax law to add the occupancy tax for the city of Binghamton. They've done that. We just got word back from the legislature that the governor had signed that into law. So now we have to do our legwork, creating a local law, establishing an occupancy tax. That's what's attached. So our resolution, the legislation from the state, and a draft of the local occupancy tax are all attached in the packet, if anyone has any questions.
Is it ready to go if we expedite it?
Yeah, if nobody has any edits, I mean, if you look throughout the state, any of the municipalities that have an occupancy tax, there's fairly standard provisions that have to be in each municipality's law. So I cross-referenced a number of different municipalities to make sure we weren't missing anything, tailored it to the city, and that's the draft that you see before you. So I'm confident it has what it needs to have in it. If council wants to expedite it, I think that would be welcome.
Is there go ahead, Donald. Is there specifically in here that this is going to be in the general fund and the
It's administered by the comptroller.
okay.
So if you read through it and you have any questions between now and Wednesday or any subsequent date, I can certainly get those answered. The county typically collects our taxes too, by the way. So like, property taxes and that kind of thing.
I mean, I'll motion to expedite, so it's on the agenda, and if we have any questions on Wednesday.
Motion by Councilman Kavanaugh, seconded by Councilman Costi. Discussion on the expedition motion.
The only point I would make is there has to be a public hearing.
So the expedition would be to, well, yeah, so that I guess, so there's no point in expediting because we just have to make sure Wednesday we put scheduling a public hearing
Right,
on the
all right.
agenda.
Never mind then.
Okay? Do you want to rescind your?
I will
motion?
rescind my motion.
All right,
So yeah, if we just make a note on Wednesday to
Wednesday.
set that for the 23rd.
Perfect. all right.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on that? All right, thank you. Next, we welcome down Deputy Clerk Samantha Costello. For RL 24-191, and I hand things over to Councilman Porter, Chair of Employees.
RL 24-191, an ordinance to amend the 2024 clerk's office budget to adjust for the responsibility adjustments and to fund the registrar.
Yep.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. Good
Hey,
evening.
Sam.
So this is pretty self-explanatory, I think. This is an ordinance to amend the 2024 clerk's office budget to adjust for continuing responsibility adjustments and to fund the registrar position. We're very fortunate we were able to find a registrar so quickly. She's just started last week. She's been incredible so far. So we just need to move some of that money back from our clerk side of the office budget back over to the vital statistics budget.
Do you, this need to be expedited, correct?
Yes, because so that it aligns with the payroll schedule.
All right, so I make a motion for expedition.
I'll second.
Motioned by Councilman Porter, seconded by Councilman Middleton. Any discussion on the expedition? Sounds like makes sense. Clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter,
All right.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
Thank you.
All right.
you.
RL 24-191 will be on Wednesday's business meeting. All right. Next, we have RL 24-189. And Councilman Dundon will be presenting, and I hand things over to Councilman Hotchkiss, Chair of the Rules and Procedures Committee.
This is RL 24-189, an ordinance to amend chapter 26, article 6 to include professional services. Councilman Dundon, do you want to give us an overview?
Yeah, I would like to amend Article 6 and then make it so that city council shall have the authority to contract with qualified individuals, firms, or organizations for professional services, including but not limited to legal, engineering, architectural, financial, urban planning, and any other specialized services necessary for the effective administration of city functions or projects.
So this seems pretty straightforward to me, what you're trying to achieve here. Corp Counsel did give us some feedback. I don't know if you want to go over any of that right now about your thoughts on this.
I mean, that's something we can discuss when you're contemplating a draft. I mean, it's, I don't want to necessarily go into legal advice on the record. I think that's something that you and I should discuss.
Yeah, I agree. I have answers to some of your questions, but I didn't know how you wanted to address it.
I think if you want to set up a meeting, we can chat about it and I can collaborate further and
Okay.
try to get questions answered.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
So there's just,
Councilman
gonna-
Porter?
I'm basically going to have a discussion about this later. No need to expedite or anything.
No, but yeah.
No, this is really in the beginning stages, and this way me and Corp Council can start to go through going down our questions and through each thing, like with lowest responsible bidder, and make sure we have everything ironed out.
Okay.
Well, if there's no other questions,
Refer to committee.
yeah, do you want to refer to committee?
Do we wanna? Whose committee is that?
Yeah, because you're the chairman.
Okay, so there's no request for this to be motioned to refer to committee. So at this point, Councilman Dundon will single-handedly continue legwork on the topic. All right, great. And with that, I'll consider welcome a motion to adjourn. So
I'll
we
make
can
the motion.
Motion by
second.
Councilman Dundon, second by Councilman Middleton. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, great. I'm handing things over to Councilman Kavanaugh for budget hearing.
Afterwards, or we're doing it now?
Do it now really quick.
Oh, so we're doing it now, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can I pass, can I have it now? You okay?
Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike.
Here, does anybody want? I want to speak.
Gotta give up a little bit of the fight.
I just want to make sure that we get a chance to look at the sign out. Is this your turn? There's soda and stuff downstairs if anybody wants any soda, pizza. Guys are all welcome to have. Huh? Yeah. Oh, I want that, this day is it? Yeah, maybe, I'm not sure, but I'll get that to you. Love you. There's this, dinner rail downstairs, it's like fruit first. It's like a mock pit, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I was yellow. I don't know if it's just a little bit forward. And maybe when I was follow up on it. Yeah, actually, one, so she. I like it. So we got to. So, she said, never go. Like if I blow it off, I'll be there. If I blow it off.